What's up guys, Shrubshot here. Today's video is a video that quite a few of you probably have been waiting for. I've gotten quite a few questions about this video, and I told myself I would make this video when I hit 100 subscribers, which I have now. Thank you guys so much for that. I didn't expect to get here that fast. But less about me being thankful for you guys, but more of giving you what you want. I'm going to make this video as fast as possible, get you all the information that you need in order to make a decision whether you want to look more into this gun, whether you want to buy this gun, or whether you don't want to look into it anymore or don't want to buy it. I also am kind of experimenting with a new editing style for this video, so if you guys like this, make sure you comment it down below. That's all I'm going to say. See ya. Starting off, we're going to go with the manufacturer information. So this is not my opinion, this is just stuff listed by the manufacturer and or retailer about this gun. So this is the Lt-15 Gen 2 non-Pro line. So the difference between the Pro line and a normal Gen 2 is the Pro line have a metal construction while the Gen 2 have polymer. And the Pro line has a flat style trigger while the Gen 2 does not. Functionally, they're relatively the same. Some argue that there are differences, whether it's the weight of the gun, the durability of the gun, but functionally they're practically the same. This is the low FPS version, so it has a weaker spring in it, so it does not reach the same velocities as its high FPS counterparts. It also has the quick change spring system, so you can put a spring strong enough to shoot at those higher velocities relatively easily. It has a mock suppressor, which I've heard has been removable, but I have not personally done that. It looks like it would be difficult to do so, but I am not going to comment further because I have not tried or done this. The barrel is a brass 6.3 millimeter high precision barrel, which is very surprising for a budget airsoft gun, because most budget airsoft guns stock come with a 6.5, 6.6 millimeter barrel. It has a quad rail in the front and a telescoping stock in the rear. It takes normal M4 magazines. It comes with a high cap magazine, but you can use practically any mid cap on the market, or high cap if you want to. So that's the basics of this gun. It comes with the gun itself with iron sights that are removable, which I have done with mine, a high cap magazine, a battery, and a battery charger. This runs off of 9.7 volt LiPo batteries. Actually, I don't know if it's LiPo or not. Look at the manufacturer specs, please. I'm not looking at the battery in my hand right now. But yeah, that's the manufacturer specifications / information about this gun. Now we're going to get into my opinion. This is completely my opinion. This is what I like and dislike about this gun. I'm not being paid by anyone or anything to say this. Just making a disclaimer right now. I'm going to start out on the aesthetics of this gun. This gun it's very aesthetically pleasing, especially for its price point of around $150 US. It is made out of polymer, but is a high quality, non-kids toy-like polymer. So at least when I was first getting out into airsoft guns, my very first airsoft gun was made out of this type of plastic, where it just feels and it looks almost like a kid's toy. It's not very high quality. It looks more brittle, less sturdy, whereas this is the exact opposite. This looks like a high quality, feels high quality. It feels durable, like if you accidentally hit it on something, it's not gonna just break in half. It has some metal components to it, like the dust cover, the trigger guard and trigger, the charging handle. The barrel is topped with a mock suppressor, so this does not have a tracer unit or any suppressing capabilities whatsoever. It is just for aesthetic purposes. But it does look pretty nice. Even though mine has the orange tip on the end, it still looks pretty nice. The suppressor on this gun almost reminds me of the suppressor on the M4A1S from CSGO, which kind of brings back quite a bit of nostalgia for me. I personally have a Faiachi red dot that comes in at around $30-35 US from Amazon. It is a metal construction with a included metal riser that is for your rails. I really like this sight. It looks pretty nice on this gun. The riser is pretty sturdy. The sight is pretty sturdy, and when this came in at $30, I didn't expect much. But I was blown away by the sight. It's got 11 different light modes and then this additional offsetting, so you don't run down the batteries. It takes a single, I don't know what they're called. They're like the disc batteries, but you get the idea. It comes included with 2. On the front rails, I have mounted a angled foregrip, custom 3D printed, and I typically have a light, but at the time it is not on because I need to reroute the cables. I'm also hoping to put a run cam on this in the near future. Now, probably the very most important part of this entire review, the performance. The performance of this gun for its price point is phenomenal. I was blown away with how well this can compete with $200 guns, $250, $300, maybe even $350 guns. And this is $150. That is insane how much this can compete with higher end guns. I personally have not really gone much more expensive than this. This is probably my most expensive gun. That's because I don't spend too much on airsoft but there are some downfalls of this gun. The range isn't spectacular. It's good. It has a rotary hop-up, so you can get some pretty good range on it. It's not any cheap hop-up. It's plastic, but it's a nice quality hop-up. Once again, that barrel that I mentioned earlier, being 6.3 millimeters, really helps out with that. But on some fields on Future Ball, I really notice that this gun is reaching its limits. In my latest video, the Capture the Flag on the full-size pipe town at Future Bowl, you really noticed that when I was taking some shots from around the middle of the field towards the back part of the enemy side. It was really difficult to hit some of those shots because by the time they were there, they were practically all out of velocity and they'd just fall. But that could also be a limitation on the spring because this is a low FPS version. So I'm dropping 50 or 60 FPS, so this can be used pretty much anywhere. So I would imagine with the high FPS or just the standard FPS version of this gun, you could get a little bit or a decent amount of range. I currently use 0.2 gram BBs. I'm gonna probably go to 0.25s. That will also kind of help you get more accurate and even sometimes higher range on your shots because of the higher, the more energy behind it. And it's heavier, so it's going to take longer to slow down. But that is a minor inconvenience. When I'm up and close to the enemy and I take a couple shots, most of them are on target. There's not that much of spreading. It's more or less just it has a pretty decent range limitation. However, that does not take away from the performance of this gun. It is still a really good performing gun. It has a full auto rate of fire around 15 rounds per second, which is pretty good. And obviously semi-auto, you can get similar rates of fire if you have a fast enough trigger finger, but the trigger on this isn't the greatest. It's not a very snappy trigger, but that is a limitation that most people don't really care about. If you're gonna shoot semi-auto, you're not really planning on shooting 14 RPS. I mean, you can if you really tried, but you're probably not. A lot of more lower end AEGs tend to have this problem. I don't even know if it's just like something with this gun, but I've never had an issue where if you shoot too fast with on semi-auto and you release the trigger too quickly, I guess. I really don't know what happens, but this has happened on even other Lancer tactical guns with stronger springs in it, where it kind of locks the spring and you have to switch it over to full auto, do like a 1 round burst, like just tap the trigger and it'll just function perfectly. I've not had that problem. It's hard for me to even demonstrate. I'm pretty sure this happened on my other Lancer tactical review. I'll pull the clip up right now. Right there where I was shooting, it wasn't even too fast on semi-auto, and it kind of locked up. That hasn't happened with this gun ever. Not one. I've used this, I've probably gone through a good 8,000, 10,000 BBs through this gun, and I've never had that problem. I have some people have told me that that's a problem with lower end AEGs, but this gun, I haven't had that problem. It could just be because it's such a light spring that it's, well, it's not really that light, but it's a lighter spring than other low end AEGs, so the motor doesn't have as much trouble just letting it go. I don't know. Well, pulling it back, not letting it go. But yeah, it shoots very straight. Contrary to what I said on the initial review, that was just because I had messed with the iron sights and I did not know that I did that, but I did. I put this gun on, this sight on this gun, and it's completely fine. It was practically zeroed as soon as I put it in. I just had to do it for range. But yeah, this performance is pretty gnarly. My final opinion on the Lancer Tactical Lt-15 Gen 2 low FPS version is it's a pretty good gun. For its low price of $150 US when it's in stock, its performance for that price range, its aesthetics for that price range are absolutely phenomenal. I love this gun. It may not be able to match some of like the custom guns or the classic army guns or like the $500, $600 guns, but it's still a pretty good gun. It's got a really good amount of customization with this quad rail in the front. The plastic is not a cheap plastic, it's a nice sturdy plastic. The mock suppressor looks pleasing aesthetically, but it does not really deliver too much function except giving you a longer length. I suggest anyone who gets this gun scraps the irons, get a $30 Fiachi red dot. It's gonna help you out a lot quicker. You can with a red dot you can shoot with 2 eyes open as long as you just see that red dot and you line it up. It's the same with most sights. With iron sights, it takes longer to zero in your target, and that could be the difference between you getting a kill and someone killing you. Well, yeah, you don't really die, but everybody knows you don't really die in airsoft. It's kind of like an unspoken thing. But yeah, you can slap any M4 magazine in here. Well, practically any M4 magazine into here. I wouldn't really go with the battery upgrade. The batteries are pretty good. You can upgrade the motor if you want, but I haven't done that. I haven't really saw a need to. For beginners just getting into airsoft, this is perfect gun. Anyone who's just starting out or is looking for maybe a cheap gun for their child to get, or their son or daughter to get into airsoft, this is probably the gun. It's light because it's polymer, which is actually a plus for having a polymer gun. It's got pretty good performance for its price point, and it's cheap. Lancer Tactical really did a good job with this gun, and a lot of the other Gen 2 series they did a pretty good job with. So that's going to wrap up my review of the Lancer Tactical Lt-15 Gen 2. It went quite a bit longer than I thought it would, but I wanted to make sure I got as much information and reasoning out on why I made the decision whether I liked or did not like this gun. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like down below. It really helps the video reach more people, and it helps me see which content works and which content doesn't work. If you guys really like the content you see here and you want to see more of this content or other content, I make gameplay videos, a couple meme videos, and unboxings, hit that subscribe button. I'll be posting more in 2021 as fields reopen, hopefully. And if you really thought this was a good review, share it with someone who's looking into getting into airsoft, or someone who's trying to get a gun for their child, or anyone who's looking at getting a low budget entry level gun. If you want to see more gameplay videos with this gun, there'll be a couple boxes popping up on screen right around now. Click on either one of those videos, watch the video, see how this gun performs in a game. On the left side of your screen will probably be my latest video, which is a capture the flag, and on the right will be a personalized video specifically catered to your liking. As of that, that's the end of this video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.